What's up, family? It's your boy, always living blessed on the Mental Gardener channel. Today we're gonna get back to the basics. Today, I don't have my nifty Job tripod with me, so I gotta hold the hand, the witch name with my other hand, and drive with the other. Today, the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to talk about pushbacks, and I want to talk about when it's His will. The reason why I want to talk about this is because I had a friend today, personal friend, good friend. Now, my friend kind of today he had you don't know him, so it's okay. He had a mediation today regarding like a settlement with something that happened to him on his job. So he prayed, he got me to pray, he got a bunch of other people to pray, and he was a little upset about it because unfortunately today he did not get what he asked for. So he started to get upset. He started to question, started to question my Father. You know who my Father is. The Almost High, the one who sits high and looks low. Started to question him. So I told him, I said, don't question him. There's a reason why things didn't go your way. If it's meant to be, it's easy. It's smooth, transition, everything goes well. But if God does not want that for you, or if He has better for you, He will give you something better. Now, I understand that he had his heart set on it. Excuse me. I told him, I said, I know you had your heart set on that figure, that amount, and the things that you wanted to do with it, which was not wrong. But when God has something better for you, or when He sees something ahead of you, He allows certain things to happen so you won't. So that won't happen. Like if He sees something like that, if I give him this is going to happen, this is going to happen, I'm not going to want that to happen, so I'm not going to allow this to go through just yet. I want to give it to him in another way. And he didn't understand that. He didn't process that. I know maybe the way I explained it kind of came off wrong. So I had to explain to him about a friend of mine that he don't know. I said there was a friend that he was due a settlement to, and he was expecting to get a certain amount. Now, he was out of work for like close to 2 years. So he made plans to do a certain thing with his amount. He made some good plans. It wasn't bad plans, good plans. And in the course of these plans, he did not get the amount. Actually, I think he wound up getting like not even close to the amount he wanted to get. The majority of it went to pay off his workers' comp and like his doctor bills, and then he got like a small portion to just like, I think he got a small portion to just move. Now, in the course of that year, a lot of stuff happened to my brother. One, he didn't move to where he wanted to move. He got a job where he wanted to move, and I think he did live where he wanted to live, but in the course of that year, the job that he wanted to get, he didn't stay there that long. He stayed there for 6 months, and the place he wanted to live, he didn't like it too much, and he stayed there a total of 7 months. Eventually, he moved back. So he moved to another location, and he wound up not doing the job. More of the story was, he prayed. He asked me to do the same thing. He asked me to pray. He wanted God to bless him with $110,000 from his settlement. He wanted, and in the course of his settlement, he was going to buy a house, because in the area that he was going to buy a house at, which was in like South Carolina, was really cheap. You can get that. You can get a house for like 50, like 60. You can get a nice little house. He's going to buy a house, He's going to buy a couple of cars. He's going to pay off some debt. Maybe bless a couple of family members with something. Furnish his place. And that was it. Now, let's fast forward. I told my friend, let's say God gave him that. He gave him that $110,000. He would have had his house. He would have had his 2 cars. He would have had, he would have had those things. But, and of course, what happened? God saw the future. He didn't give it to him. Now I'm just saying, say he had all that stuff. He would have had to worry about selling his house because he was no longer working in that area. He didn't like the area. He had to worry about selling his house. He had to also worry about either taking his furniture to the new place or selling it. Then he would have had to worry about doing something with the cars. Then he would have had to worry about just in-between stuff. So, more of the story is, I told him, I said, if God would have blessed him with that, he would have had more to worry about, versus him getting the money versus him not getting the money. Because if he would have got it, he would have had to worry about, he liked the area on paper. He liked what he saw. But when he physically was there, he did not like what he seen. And when he physically got the job, he didn't like being in the job. So God looks ahead for us and he sees things. He sees what could happen and what could not happen. So I told my friend this story about my other friend. And I said, do you see where God is at in the situation? I kind of lost him a little bit because he was like, no, not really. He knew I wanted to do this and do that. Yes, I understand that. He knew you wanted to do that. But in the course of you getting that, what were you going to do? What were you going to have to do? You were going to have to quit your job. You're going to have to be without money for a little bit. And then you would have probably been in a worse situation than you would have wanted to be in. And who knows what could have turned out, in that situation, with that money. You probably would have got it. Probably would have went pretty fast. I told him, I said, you do have a job. May not be the best job. It is a job. It's fairly easy. You can work as much overtime as you like. You can they pretty much know you. He pretty much works for his family, to be honest with you. It pretty much is like all his family and cousins that work at this place. I said, you have other ambitions that you want to do. You can still do those, but at the same time, get your house in order before you do them. So the moral of the story is, I know I dragged it out. If you get pushed back for something, it's not his will. But if it flows easily, and you be surprised how you get it, that's God. You be like, what? I got the job. What? And I didn't apply for this thing. I applied for this. And you all got this, and you gave it to me. Over versus someone that got more experience than me, that's God. Then if you apply for a job and you got experience out the wazoo, and you to get it, God don't want that for you. That's the pushback. He got something better. So my thing is, try to see the God in situations. Delay does not mean deny. No does not mean deny. It just means wait. I got something 10 times better for you at a different time. So you may not see it. My one friend that wanted the 110,000, he sees it. He understood it like, man, God bless me, because if I would have had this and had that, I would have had to worry about this. So it was a blessing in disguise for him. My friend today, he can't see it, but maybe a couple of months down the line, he will see it. My friend saw it. He didn't see it right. My other friends didn't see it right away. He saw it maybe like a year into, maybe like not a year. Probably like when he started not liking the job and liking the area, then he saw it like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad I didn't get that house. I'm glad I didn't do this. Glad to do this. Because if he would have bought them cars that he wanted to buy, he probably would have had to worry about somebody breaking into him, somebody stealing them. Then on top of that, the area that he was going to move into wasn't the best neighborhood. But check this out. You know how them realtors take them good pictures? Made that house look like gorgeous. That house was in the middle of Beirut. Forgive me for saying something bad if you guys is anybody watching from Beirut. The house was in a very crazy neighborhood. Like it was like the house was beautiful, but it was right in the middle of the hood. In the hood. It was crazy. I was like, yo, that's a nice house. But then when he showed me like his neighbors, I'm like, wow. They really cleaned that house up to make sure you would just focus on the house and not what was around the house. So he would have had a lot of things to worry about if God would have gave him that money. He would have had to worry about, one, he's an outsider. Two, he would have had to worry about somebody trying to take him what he got. Three, he probably would have had to worry about somebody trying to steal his cars. Worst case scenario, or rob him. So when God loves you, he allows countermeasures to be in place so those things don't happen. My friend understands and sees the blessing in that situation. My other friend, it's got a process. It's got a process. He's got to go through the motions. Eventually he will see it. So when you get pushed back, just know it's not from the Lord. It's just not what he wants for you at that moment. All right? I hope that was helpful to someone. Hope it was a blessing to someone. You see that little subscription thing down the bottom? Click that thing. Help your boy get this play button. Well, actually, it's not my play button. It'll be our play button. I thank you guys for liking my videos. Appreciate you subscribing, following. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the increase. I just thank you guys for so much for the support. Thank you for rocking with me. Remember, you guys matter to me, family. I love y'all, and have a blessed day.